Passover is one of the most important holidays on the Jewish calendar. The 8-day event officially begins tomorrow at sunset, and families all over the world will be celebrating with the first ceremonial meal called the Passover Seder. A few weeks ago, I was invited into the North Toronto home of a Hasidic Jewish family. Rabbi Kaplan, his wife Aggie, and their kids put on an early Passover meal to show me some of their customs and traditions, as well as debunk some popular misconceptions about their often private community.
Tonight we taste, we talk, we smell, we touch.
So it's the mind, it's the body, it's the soul, it's everything.
It's really every level. If this was really Passover, the kitchen, as you see it, would have been sterilized.
Each member of the family has a role.
Okay, want to put in some nuts, Levi? Okay, put inside. The women are the ones that usher in the holiday through lighting the candles. Shal Shabbos Kodesh v'Shal Yom Tov. Baruch Atah Adonai Elohim.
We step into a new operating system for the holidays. We dress differently, we speak differently, we wish each other Chag Sameach or Good Yom Tov. And what this does is it gives you a headspace, a different headspace. Whenever we do something of religious significance, we wear the sash which separates between the higher faculties and the lower faculties. So kind of get things into order before you're going to pray, before you're going to do something of spiritual significance.
This sacred tradition is a choreography of song, sustenance, and prayer. Can you explain to us, Rabbi, what Passover means?
More than 33 centuries ago, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob went into a land called Egypt. There was a famine. And at that time, one of their own, Joseph, had become the viceroy, the prime minister. Joseph died, the first pharaoh died, they proliferated, and there was a tremendous amount of jealousy. And the government at the time decided that it had to figure out what to do with its Jewish problem. So the final solution was to enslave the people. But God had other ideas. So despite the fact that we were tormented, not only did we not fade away, but we became even more prolific. Passover celebrates the climax of that redemption.
And while Rabbi Kaplan and his family explained traditions of the past, they also shared what it's like to live a traditional life in the modern world. What is daily life like for you?
Daily life is filled with meaning, filled with spirituality. We start the day with morning blessings, and then we go through life much as anybody else.
Tell me about technology, and the technology that you do use and the technology that you don't.
I have a BlackBerry, I have an iPad. You can converse in a variety of ways on a daily basis. We believe that everything was created for a sacred purpose.
What about television?
There's nothing intrinsically wrong with television. I have a problem with most of the content. And
Too secular?
Well, it's not only secular, a lot of the content is vulgar. And it's wholly inappropriate. And I don't need my children to see that kind of stuff.
This is one busy household. I have 2 kids and I can hardly manage sometimes, let alone 7. But you've got 2 boys that are away, right?
Yes.
Tell me what life is like as a mom.
It's definitely busy. Sure, but it's such a blessing. We look at each child as a blessing, and no way I would have it any other way. God willing, more children. And I'm from a family of 11.
Is that what you're aiming for?
Whatever God blesses us with, honestly.
And they know what they want for their children.
To be obviously healthy children and what we call a mensch, to be, a good person, and ultimately to do, for the boys to become rabbis and do the kind of thing that we're doing, and for the girls to be good wives and women and good moms, and to be able to continue what we're doing with their families and, God willing, for future generations.
Thanks so very much to Rabbi Kaplan and his family for inviting us into their home. Now, this